Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Sonic Heroes. Last time I went through Grand Metropolis and the power plant, and in this episode, we're starting off here with Casino Park.
Boy, Amy sure doesn't give up that easy.
What is this place? Sure is bright here.
We got some time. Feeling lucky?
Sonic, we only have 24 hours left.
Okay, let's go.
This entire city is like a giant casino.
The buildings and roads are all part of a pinball table.
Pretty cool.
This is pretty cool, but at the same time, the pinball mechanic in this one is a little bit wonky. It's not like your standard kind of pinball, because, you know, this is Sonic. When is pinball ever just normal, right? It's gotta have some kind of gimmick to it. So basically, the pinball here will allow you to bounce around on the table, use the flippers, you know, your normal pinball kind of stuff. But you can actually swap between your team members when you're on the pinball table. And if you do this, you can go ahead and play as that character wherever they are. So it's pretty useful, while at the same time, it's kind of difficult to deal with. So you do have to keep that in mind, that since you can swap to other characters at any time, you can be put at any point in this table. And you have to keep that in mind if you're going to do that, because sometimes I could swap to a character, and right now that could be in one of the slot machines, as you can hear, or they could be falling off the pit. And Knuckles, what the heck are you doing? Yeah, thank you. Grab onto actual people, not air. I mean, seriously, I've never seen something like that before. I've seen the characters grabbing nothing because the flight character is missing, but I've never seen Knuckles just kind of chill in the air like that. That's kind of weird if you ask me. Also, this invincibility really not used for much outside of points, because I'm not really using it for anything. Just kind of rolling around now with the invincibility going. What are you gonna do? It's good for points, so I'm always happy about that. Alright, come on everyone. Get done with your pinball. There we go. So now I can go ahead and swap to my flight character and make my way over here. Now I'm actually gonna land in the slot table with all my characters. Doing so, I have a better chance at jackpot, so... Oh, of course, I get Eggmans. If you get Eggman, you lose your rings, and depending on what you get with Eggman, you'll lose more. Obviously, the more Eggmans you get, the worse yet you'll do, so do your best not to get all Eggmans if you can avoid that, because all Eggmans, bad for you. Very bad. I need to go ahead and swap to my flight character in order to actually grab these, because these levers here, you can't really do anything as the speed or the power character because they're not tall enough. So you need to use the flight character in order to actually get around that issue. Also, we got these robots here, which these robots that you see flying around, don't let your teammates get grabbed by them. If you do, they'll get taken, and then you'll have to rescue them by either defeating the enemy, or if they get taken away, then you'll have to get them at a later checkpoint. So if you can avoid it, don't have your teammates get grabbed. Alright, but this pinball table, I want to move in as the flight character first, because then I can actually fly a little bit. And what the heck? I've never had that happen to me before. Whoa! That launch. This is really insane. I got up here in the wrong way. What I'm supposed to do to get to that top table is I'm supposed to be hitting this. And once I hit that side area, then I can just ride it all the way up to this top pinball table. But instead, I let the gravity kind of screw around with itself and launch me in the air because, you know, physics. Physics in this game can do whatever the heck they feel like, honestly. Alright, but I'm done with Tails. Can I swap to anyone else? I guess both my characters are stuck in a slot machine right now, so I can't do anything with them. Also, take note, this is the only pinball table here that has a overhead camera. All the other ones, not so much. So that is another complaint a lot of people have with this level in particular. The pinball mechanics may be a little wonky, but at the same time, the camera is the big problem for a lot of people. There we go, finally got out. Alright, now I swap over to my speed character, and there we go. We're out of here. Now, this pathway that's in front of us, this would have a laser barrier normally guarding it. But there was a switch I hit in that pinball table up there that deactivated this. So you want to actually hit that if you want to get to this VIP table, which gives you more chances for some more slots, obviously. and it'll give you some more rings, so that's always a good thing. But this is a completely optional thing. You don't have to come here at all with Team Sonic. So, yeah. You can go up here if you want more points or more rings, otherwise skip it. And you can win very big here. If you want to just grind on some lives, do it here, because this is one of the best places to do so. But I'm actually going to go ahead and not fall down the hole, fall next to the hole, sure, and go to the next pinball table here. I can do the same stuff here, but I don't really want to stick around. Instead, I actually want to fall off the table. Doing so will take me straight to the goal ring. This is the only pinball table you actually want to fall down on. Some pinball tables will lead you to death, others will lead you to alternate pathways that'll just lead you back to the pinball table. This one, however, you need to fall down because it takes you to the goal ring. That could be confusing your first time, because with that knowledge of don't fall down, the pinball table can kill you, you're not going to think of doing that first, and you're trying to find another pathway to get out of the table. That can trick up a first-time player, in my opinion, but once you know about it, that part of the level is very simple, and you can just go right to the end because of that. You don't have to deal with any more pinball mechanic. But now we move on to Bingo Highway. You can imagine what we're doing here. We're not just playing pinball anymore and playing around with slots. We're playing some bingo. Also, you hit that balloon right in the beginning, you get yourself a Team Blast. So 10 seconds in, we got Team Blast. That was a really easy Team Blast to get. Also, these single slot machines, you really can only get 3 things in them. You can either get a Sonic head, you can get rings, or you can get nothing. Sonic head will give you more rings, and I believe it's 20 rings for Sonic head. And you already saw by itself, the single ring will just get you 10 rings, so you want to try to go for a Sonic head if you can, but I'll go ahead and swap over to Knuckles, because if you take those pathways down, it'll just lead you right to here. And the heck is Tails doing? Is Tails stuck? I think he's stuck. How did you do this, Tails? I'm gonna actually have to reset because of you. That I've never seen happen before. Okay. I should explain this mechanic. If you swap over to another teammate when you're on a pinball table, then you will go to wherever they are, like I mentioned earlier. Problem is, when you're off of a pinball table, you gotta wait a moment, because that'll also be the case when there is still one person on a pinball table but everyone else is off. You could be sent back onto the pinball table because of that if you're not careful. That was the case for me there. Tails was still interacting with the pinball area, and then because of that I got stuck. So you do have to be very mindful of that. I just didn't realize Tails was stuck in an infinite loop. I was wondering why he wasn't appearing, because he got stuck. And this enemy right here you actually need to destroy as the power character. And oh no! I kind of slid right off there. You need to actually destroy that enemy, which will allow you to hit a switch, and that will cause those cubes to stop spinning around. Unfortunately, it kind of slid off the edge. One problem I have with the power character is when you're punching, they'll just kind of fly all around. They'll move very slippery because of that, and it's very easy to just kind of go right off the edge. So yeah, I kind of wasn't really having the best of luck there. This is a really bad start to Bingo Highway, honestly, because of that issue with Tails and then Knuckles kind of pushing me off the edge. But here we are playing Bingo. If you ever played Bingo, then you know exactly how this works. You want to go ahead and collect these numbers on the table, and you clear 3 in a row, you get yourself a bingo. Doing so, give you some rings. Pretty much it. If you clear every single last bingo out, then I believe you get a 1-up. So you want to go ahead and clear out all the things in bingo if you're looking for the extra life. For this table, I just want to work my way up, so just go ahead and do so, and we are out of there. Sounds like my teammates are still on the table. Now they're not. Good. Now these golden robots, you want to go ahead and kill those ones right away, because if you leave them around for too long, then they're vicious. They can grab your teammates and then just take them away instantly. So don't let any of your teammates get grabbed by those golden robots. Be very, very bad if that happened to you. Now, a lot of times your teammates will tell you to go into a certain formation. You don't have to do that. They like telling you to go, say, power formation at times when there's some rings on the side, because that will help you out to get some more points, but you don't actually have to do that. They like tell you this a lot of times to just help you, but sometimes it's not really a good idea to do so. Like line up sideways just to get like a couple rings, not really worth it in my opinion. So they'll be doing that, and there are a lot of instances when you've seen signposts around tell you to place a certain formation. So you can do that if you want, but I would recommend just do what you're comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with the flight character in the area, just use the flight character. I already missed the one. Oh well. I usually don't go for bingo in these tables because, just like I mentioned earlier, this is really only good for getting yourself more rings and some lives, but that's about it. I should mention though, if you fall off this bingo table with any of your characters, then you can't play as those characters anymore on this table. They're gone. As you can see, both Sonic and Knuckles fell off the table, so now it's just up to Tails here. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck on the ramp, because that will be very unfortunate right now. I need to actually beat the level, not get stuck in it. And here you can go ahead and collect yourself some more rings on these slot machines, but I don't feel like it, so I'm just going to go ahead, drop down below, and continue on with the actual level. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not want to have that happen. In fact, I want to fly back here. I don't want to go that bottom pathway at all, because you have to kill some enemies to stop those dice moving around. I'd just rather move on with the level. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Got my little bounce attack down with Knuckles there. When you level up your power character, I mentioned this in the first episode, they can have a special attribute added at the end of their punches. And with Knuckles, the more levels he has, the more powerful it gets. And at one point, it can pretty much be a little bit of a screen nuke if you know what you're doing with it. That attack is so devastating as Knuckles, because it does so much damage, and it covers a very big area. An area that you wouldn't think would be able to cover, but it can destroy a lot of enemies around you really easily. So I always like using Knuckles as a ground pound move whenever possible, just because it does so much damage. It's insane. But this here is the final pinball table we gotta deal with, and our final chance to really get bingo. So let's just be very careful not to fall off here, see how many little things of bingo we can get, and go from there. Get that 3 and not fall off the edge while doing so. I'm always nervous around that part because it's very easy to fall off the edge here. Especially this one part next to the 6, or was it the 5? No, it was the 5. It looked like the 6 for a second, but probably because of my angle on the number made it look like 6. Then you can go for some slots here. I don't really care, just want to move on. And jump in the air, get the 8. Still don't bingo. I don't know if 9 will give me anything. Let's try to see. Now it'll give me something. It would have gave me a bingo, but I couldn't get it. Now right here, you want to go ahead and aim for the center pathway. If you do so, you get to play a special version of bingo, aerial bingo.
Alright, aerial bingo.
Basically here, you want to go ahead and collect as many of these bingo chips as you can while falling, and this takes you straight to the goal. Here you have to deal with one final pinball table and have to break open certain areas just to get through. Luckily, if you take the aerial bingo path, you can skip all that and land right next to the goal ring.
Perfect.
So even if you don't care about bingo, I highly recommend taking that center pathway if you can. Takes you straight to the goal. Very, very useful. But it's time to get ourselves our third Chaos Emerald, so you know what to do. Power character, boost, good to go. I should mention though, I heard the strategy does not work on the PC version. The reason why I heard the strategy doesn't work on the PC version is because of how the mechanics are in that version of the game. The physics engine doesn't work the same in the PC version as it does in the console versions of the game. So I heard the power character doesn't control nearly as smoothly as he does here, which allows you to go very fast and control pretty good, honestly. That's a shame too, because that's a really, really useful trick. And if you can't do in the PC version just because of its altered physics engine, then you have to deal with the slippery control, so that will be a lot harder. What I heard, you need to really master those special stages in the PC version if you want to try to go for those Chaos Emeralds. Luckily, not the case for the console versions.
Eggman.
Why not have some fun while you can? After all, you only have one game, and we know who's going to win. Get them!
So this here is a Mook Rush level, Robot Carnival. Basically here, all we can really do just to beat this is to kill every single enemy that we see. If we do that, then we can go ahead and just move on to the next level, simple as that. So, I hope you like destroying Eggman's robots, as Tails like this says. Yes, I even screwed up my pronunciation there just because they like to, screw up pronunciation. Right here, I'm actually going to go ahead, swap out the power character, and then use my Team Blast. Just like I mentioned in the last episode, power cores are depending on what kind of character formation you're using, and that's exactly what I want. I want some flight cores. Let's go ahead and use my Lightspeed attack, and that was really helpful. I'm glad I did that. You can use the Lightspeed attack with the flight character as well, because when Sonic is shot in the air, he'll automatically go into his Lightspeed attack, so it's very useful to know that.
Too cool.
We won't give up so easily again.
They're everywhere.
There we go. That's very smooth. This is why I like leveling up the flight character right away for these Mook Rushes, because look at how much damage I'm doing with the flight character. He can kill everything right now. Tails is doing a fantastic job, and I can fly out of harm's way. So it's a win-win. That's why I always like using the flight character for these dang levels, because look at this. It's a massacre. In fact, right here, because we got all these turtles, I can go ahead and just use my Team Blast here and feel comfortable with it, because I earned this. Also, is there any flight cores anywhere? No? Alright, well, I could do even more damage if I had a flight core, but not the case. Oh well.
Leave it to me.
I should only have a few more of these Mooks to really deal with. So I like calling these guys Mooks. Pretty much what this is. Big old Mook Rush. And that right there is Knuckles' level 3 ability. That big old slam to the ground does so much damage. It's insane. I love that so much. I can cover so much surface area and it kills pretty much everything. It's insane.
Those were the easy ones.
Yes!
But there we go. That's Robot Carnival out of the way. Very easy to deal with that if you have a level 2 or 3 flight character. But now with that all said, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Next time on Let's Play Sonic Heroes, we'll be moving on to our next stage here with the team, Rail Canyon. I'll see you guys next time.